Hey guys, oh my goodness, I have been thinking about doing a day in the life video for so long, and the reason being is I love seeing videos like this personally, and they are my most viewed videos on YouTube, so I'm like, why am I not doing this more? And selfishly, if I'm going to admit it, like I just love the creative outlet of it, of the recording. I just got this new camera that's awesome. I got it for when I was recording for my Instagram course. And it's great. And I love just sharing with other real estate agents and helping other agents in the editing process. So my personal goal is to, and I'm putting this out in the universe so that you can expect it from me, but also help me keep myself accountable. So I've been seeing agents do a week in the life, which I feel like is so much better because I'm not having to make sure that my day is so entertaining and I remember to bring out my camera. So I'm going to do a week in the life, and my goal is to do a video every single week, and I want to share with you what I'm doing in my real estate business, how I'm getting clients. I'll share with you a lot about when I first got started because I know it's a lot of newer real estate agents who follow me, and I want to answer any questions that you have. So please be sure in the comments to ask any questions that you have regarding whatever topic it is, because I want to be able to help you, and I will be answering them in future videos. So also I want to share more personal things, like things that are going on in my life. I feel like this year, I do post consistently on Instagram, but I haven't been sharing as much, I feel like, personal things. So I want to share more of that. And dang, it'll just be so awesome to look back on life and see these weekly videos. So selfishly, it's for myself, but to also be able to help others and answer all the things. So today is Tuesday, June 29th, I believe. Yeah, 29th. It's the week right before the 4th of July. And I'm going to share with you appointments throughout the week. I thought today in particular, since I hadn't done a video in so long, I just kind of wanted to do this intro, share with you what to expect, but also just chat with you about my real estate numbers. I'll show you the chart that I have. Just kind of want to do a quick recap on all the things. Okay, so first, it's June, and I was just looking at my numbers, which I am always trying to analyze and look at my numbers. I'll show you here. I just have this Excel spreadsheet breaking things down. And last year in 2020, which I would love to know where you are with your numbers in comparison to 2020. Are you doing better? Are you doing not as good? Are you kind of right on par? I am astounded. I closed 36 homes in 2020, and it was about $10 million in sales, and now it's June, almost July of 2021, and I've sold 36 homes, which is amazing, and my sales are almost $12 million. So that is insane to me, and I also, even though, this year is basically already, I've already reached and done what I did last year. Wow, that was really hard to get out. You know what I meant. So, even though, I've exceeded already what I've done in 2021, and it's just crazy that I still was able to do this Instagram course. So if you follow me on Instagram, which it's sold by CV if you haven't, I had put out this Instagram course. It's called Level Up on Instagram, and I just shared with agents a ton of videos and content on ways to build up your business on the gram, and I shared how I've been getting clients and realtor referrals, and just honestly I've gotten the most amazing opportunities from Instagram and really have met some of my best friends. So if you haven't looked into the course or signed up yet, I will post the link below for you to be able to just check out the page, see what all of it includes, see if it makes sense for you, if it's something that you're wanting to learn more about. And of course, if you have questions about the course, post it below in the comments. But the feedback on it has been absolutely amazing. And if you purchased it, thank you so much. I have been absolutely blown away by the support of the course. We have a Facebook group and people are on there asking questions, cheering each other on, sharing videos, posting their realtor referrals, which is just amazing. Okay, but enough of that. So numbers are on point. We did the course this year. I met an amazing guy. I don't know if you guys, I do get asked a lot about how we met. So if it's something that you're interested in hearing about, let me know in the comments. I might just do a video on that all in itself. But, just really enjoying being present and spending time with him and going on trips and, spending more time with friends. It's just amazing that I'm still able to have this real estate business, be busier than ever, but still have all these other things. It's really cool. But it's all about time management, and I'm always trying to get better at this. So that's basically where I'm at right now. I looked into, last thing I'll mention is I looked into getting my broker's license. I've had my real estate license for 6 years. So even though to me it doesn't seem like so beneficial having the broker's license, because a lot of my friends, when I mention this to them, they don't really get the concept of what the difference is. But I just feel as though I'm always going to be a real estate agent, and this would be the best time for me to knock out this course before life just gets even busier. So that's something that I've been looking into recently. If you have a broker's license, I would love to know if you did it online, if you did it in person, any feedback, any tips that you have. I will take them all. Okay, so today it's almost 3 o'clock, and I have been working from home all day, really just following up on my transactions. July is coming up, and I have 7 closings in July. And I guess unless I get a cash buyer or a listing and we get a cash buyer, it'll probably be seven closings in July. So that's really exciting and keeping me busy. And I'm trying not to overwhelm myself so much. Right now anyways, and so I've been working from home a lot more, not scheduling as many meetups and appointments. I'm still doing so many other things, but just try not to schedule too much like during the day. Okay, so I've been home all day and I got a workout in. Goldie and I went on a 1 mile walk, and I just really been following up with everybody in these transactions and getting them ready for closing. But I do have a listing appointment today, so I thought I would share with you how I got the client and also share with you what I am bringing with me to the appointment. So I definitely have a lot of listing appointment. Looking for the seller guide because I know I have it right here for my appointment. Here we go. I know I have a lot of content online for agents on listing appointments. I know Amanda and I have a mastermind call on it. Both of us sharing, what we bring, how we do the tour, what questions that we ask. So here I have this listing appointment, and it was a referral from a past client friend. And this person is like one of my MVP referral friends. Her and I worked together at California Pizza Kitchen years ago, and we've stayed friends. We don't talk a lot, we don't hang out, but I mean, she is always cheering me on and telling her friends and family about me. I helped her and her husband buy a house. I helped her best friend sell her boyfriend's house, and then they purchased a property together. And then I helped her brother buy a house. So now she just referred to me to her husband's dad. So it just means the world to me. And, you got to take care of these people. I want to make sure that I give her friends and her family the best service possible so that, she hears about it and that she will continue to send referrals my way. And dang, you guys know, it just it feels so good to get a referral. And especially when it's continuously. Okay, so for the appointment, of course, I looked at comparable properties. So if you don't know, you want to do a CMA before you go to the listing appointment, and you want to look at what has recently sold within the last 6 months that's comparable to that property. And I go through and I print out all the MLS sheets, and I make notes of like what upgrades they had, like how old was the roof, like looking at the seller's disclosure if there is one, and making notes of like how old the roof is, the AC, electrical, plumbing, what updates have they done since they purchased. And I make notes on everything. What was the price per square footage of what it sold at? Did the seller give any concessions? On our MLS, it shows us like, did they pay $5,000 in closing costs for them, just as an example, and how many days on market. So I do my research and make sure I know the data ahead of time. And I highly recommend that, because obviously this is what it's based off of, what their property is worth, is these comps and the upgrades and the condition. And I just feel as though it really helps with your confidence when you are so prepared and well educated on the property in the area. So even if you just move to an area, you can still know the data and know the numbers. So I bring my comparable properties, I print them off, and it is something that I do leave there. I also printed off an estimated net sheet that gives them an idea of what they will net at the end of the day with, it takes out for closing costs, it takes out commissions, so that they can get an idea and for us to talk about those numbers. That's always at the end of the tour. I'm not going to dive into the whole listing appointment structure and everything, just sharing with you what items I'm bringing with me today. So the net sheet, I'm bringing my seller guide, which if you get my Level Up on Instagram course, you can actually have this. If you're a real estate agent, you can edit it on Canva to add all your info, all your Zillow reviews. I just have this black and white copy, and I get it bounded at Office Depot. If you get the Level Up on Instagram, you do get this. You get my buyer guide, seller guide, marketing plan, estimated net sheet, property features sheet, but you can also purchase it on Etsy. I have an Etsy shop, and you can buy them individually, and I will share the link for both of these in the description below. Okay, and then I also have this seller's question sheet, which I think with the course I actually give this away as well. But it's just written down stuff that I need to know about the property. I want to be as educated as possible so that when potential buyers reach out to me, whoever's doing the open house, I want to make sure that I know everything that I can when it comes to the property. So I've got a ton of questions on here. I want to make sure that I ask. I don't want to forget. So I'll give you an example of some of the things that are on here. How old the AC, roof, electrical, plumbing? Is there a termite bond? Is there a sprinkler system, irrigation? Are all zones operable? It seems like that is something that always comes up on home inspections. Ask about a water softener. If we do a home inspection, what findings do you think that will come up? And this is a great way just to get the topic started on discussing the home inspection. And is there things on here that we should just go ahead and fix now before we go through that whole process and then the buyer tries to negotiate with us? Items, asking them like what items will convey, what items will not convey. Do they have room measurements? Is the washer and dryer going to stay? Has the chimney been inspected? Wood or gas burning? Security system? Who's the builder? Floor plan? Questions about a pool? Like a long list of things that I just make notes on throughout the entire walk when we're doing the listing presentation. I feel like I'm like starting to get sick or something. Like my voice is going out on me. All right, so it's 3 o'clock now. I am going to wrap up this video, charge it for the rest of the week. I have a couple appointments that are going on, and I'm sure I will have just all the things to chat with you about. And yeah, so I'm gonna get ready. I actually have to go get my nails done, and then I'm going to this listing appointment. So that wraps up first day of this video. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you soon. Hello, I got my nails done. Man, they were much needed. So I just left this listing appointment, and these people are just the most kind, genuine people ever. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to help them. Like I mentioned, it was a referral. And it just makes you want to do even a better job for somebody who is just so nice and just trusts you, and it just means so much. Whereas, when people are kind of jerks and you're just like, I don't even want to deal with you type thing, it makes me want to do even a better job for them. So I'm so excited for that opportunity. So I'm headed home right now, and John should be at my house. He's supposed to be grabbing dinner since it's now 7 o'clock, so kind of late. But anyways, wrapping up the day on a really good note. Like, listing appointments and buyer consults, they just really fire me up. So, see you tomorrow. One of the things that I have been having on my to-do list for a while, oopsie, was to send out the homestead exemption reminders to clients who had purchased a property in 2021. So I have the instructions for them, and I'll show you a little sneak peek preview, I guess, of what that looks like. And so I sent that with a little handwritten note, just checking in on them, letting them know, this is a little reminder for them to file for their homestead exemption. And I just mentioned, if they have any questions, not to hesitate to reach out. I put my business card in there, and that's pretty much it. So got my little address on there. I put a little stamp on the back, so I'm ready to send these out. I got my board. I wanted to have all this aligned in my office. I keep that Excel spreadsheet, but I also just like having this there as well. So I have on here my pending transactions, and on the right hand side I have all my current listings and then listings that are coming soon. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? I was getting ads set up. I was getting ready for this new listing. We're doing photos on Friday, so I was getting all that inputted. I ordered some signs for closings that are coming up. I like to have those welcome home signs in front of the property on the walkthrough closing day. I got my weekly email out. I read my book. I got a workout in today. So yeah, just working from home. So not wearing anything super cute, but I did ask on Instagram if anyone had any questions and I could ask them in the video. So I will do a couple of those here now. Hopefully this is making you guys dizzy, but my camera is actually about to die. So I'm going to charge it, and tomorrow I have some good content ideas for you. But let's just get into answering these questions. So a lot of really different questions are on here. So the first one is, and I got a good amount, so I'm super appreciative. I will either ask for you to ask me questions in the comments here, or I might do it again where I ask on Instagram and you can put it in the questions box. Any questions that you have, because I want to help. I want to answer questions. And let's roll into the first question. Okay, curious to see if you prefer working from home or why you don't have an office at the Keller Williams office. And good question. So I always had an office when I first got licensed, when I was at my other brokerage for 5 years, and I was so consistent with that. I drove to the office every day. I was there early. I stayed till late. The only time I ever left was for appointments, and there was just so much value in that for me. I felt like I really needed that structure, and it was great to be able to network with other real estate agents. And everyone in the office is like asking questions. They're sharing things that are going on within their transactions. So it's just a great opportunity to learn, and I loved it so much and felt like I needed that. So last year, March of 2020, right before all the COVID things happened, I switched to Keller Williams, and I was really adamant about having the office, and I got it all set up and everything. And for some reason, like, something just kind of, I don't know, kind of switched with me, and I really wasn't excited to go to the office anymore, and had nothing to do with this particular office or the people or anything like that whatsoever. So I kind of just went sporadically, and then when COVID hit, the office was closed, so I was forced to work from home, right? Just like everyone else. And I ended up really loving it and saw the value in time and not having to drive to and from the office. And especially, I purchased a property last year, so the drive was longer, and I have an office now at home. So I've been really, really enjoying working from home and like not having to really get dressed and put makeup on some days. And yeah, the only other time that I work anywhere else is I will work out of a coffee shop. Not really so much lately, but that's really the only other place that I'll work is my house and a coffee shop. So hopefully that answers that question. Next one, do you have an assistant, question mark, a transaction coordinator, question mark? And I do not have an assistant. That sounds amazing. I do have a lot of help. So I have agents who help me with showings. And I feel like that's just been really beneficial for me, and one thing that has been so helpful to take off my plate. And it gives, newer agents a chance to, practice with the MLS and showing clients properties. So I have people help me with showings, and I do have a transaction coordinator, and she is amazing. She is a godsend. I told her the other day, I was like, I don't know how you do it and keep all these dates and transactions aligned. Like I couldn't do it. So I'm super grateful for her and my transaction coordinator. Okay. I'm going to answer this last question for today, but I'm definitely going to get through all these other ones the rest of the week. Okay. So prospecting tips and encouragement from my friend Bethany. Okay, so prospecting tips. I know that anything that you decide to be consistent with, there's so many ways to generate business, and you already know what those are. You know that you could circle prospect, you could call expireds, FSBOs, you could do open houses, social media ads, like the options that you have. But any one of those things that you decide to be consistent with, and you put in the effort to get better at those things, you're going to see the business. It's just a matter of you doing it and being consistent. And let's say cold calling is one of the things that you want to be that you want to do to prospect. And if you are consistent with doing the cold calls every single day. I mean, you're not just going to do it for 1 week and your business is going to blow up. Give each thing 6 months. Try it out. You might have to try out 5 to 7 things to figure out what really works for you. And if you want real estate to be your full-time job, if you want to be successful, you have to put in that effort to figure out what works for you, because everybody runs their real estate business so differently, and how they prospect is so different, and you have to figure out what ultimately you enjoy and what you want to do every single day. I think if you're choosing things that you dread, you're just not going to stick with it. So you need to figure out what works. And then, giving it at least 6 months and building your skill with that. So if you're cold calling, you need to be, role playing with other real estate agents and figuring out those objectives and just practicing having those conversations with sellers. You're going to suck at first, just like with anything else, but you're going to get better, and you need to improve those skills. Just like with social media, you guys know that's the way that I love to prospect, and I go over all of the social media tips in that course. But, if you show up every day, you're consistent, you learn how to get better, then you're going to see the results. So I hope that that's helpful, and that was some prospecting tips and encouragement for you. So that's the last question for today. I know this one's kind of short and sweet, but my battery is about to die. I'm headed to the store, gonna go grocery shopping and get stuff for dinner. So I'll see you tomorrow. Check out my little work buddy, Goldie. So there has been nothing exciting going on over here today. It's probably 3:30ish, and I've been working from home. I didn't have any appointments today. July is a super busy month, so I am excited to share with you week by week and take you along to all my appointments. But today was just a lot of follow-up and keeping everyone happy. And I got 2 realtor referrals today, so I had conversations with those buyers. just trying to keep rocking and rolling. So it's not really that glamorous over here. I've just been switching from the bed to my room, taking some reading breaks I wanted to share with you. I read, what is it? Oh, I got it right here. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm gonna show you the cover. And I read this book in 2 days. It's so good that I ended up buying a couple more of her books, and now I'm reading Regretting You. Hopefully you can see that. And yeah, I can't put it down. It's really good. So anyways, I am about to get a Peloton workout in. I'll show you my little workout space that I have going on. But after that, I'm going to shower. I'm gonna make a couple calls while I'm getting ready, a couple follow-up calls, and then I am going to grab dinner and drinks with my girlfriend Kaylee. Yeah, she's a friend of mine, but she also helps me out with showing. So let me show you guys my little workout space. So this was my guest bedroom, and after my last guest came, I decided to get rid of the bed because I don't normally have guests, and I haven't really been utilizing the space at all, so I kind of feel like it's a waste. Anyways, it's like, hey, in the mirror, I will show you guys. I took the bed out and I put my Peloton in here. I took a dresser out from my room so I'd have some more space. So I put that in here. Not really anything exciting. I've got my weights over there, got my shoes. Here's like my workout clothes and my swimsuits, which I'm going to go through all that and put it into this dresser because I cleaned out like 3 or 4 of those drawers. So let's get this workout done. I love this mirror because it's huge. But yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna shower and get ready, finish up those calls, and I'm gonna come back on here to answer more questions. And I promise Friday is gonna be a little bit more entertaining. A couple minutes before I head out the door, but I wanted to answer these questions. And I'm drinking this farm cider from Concrete and Pen. I think I said that right. They are this super cool place in Jacksonville that brews their own beer, and they just have like the most amazing food. And we're actually going there tomorrow, so I'll try to get a video out there to give you a preview because it's beautiful. It's a really cool spot. Okay, so I'm gonna answer these questions. Let's see how to get more listings in a seller's market. So it's a great time to get listings in this market. I think what is really valuable that you could do is to, and I'm just thinking things off the top of my head, is to reach out to anyone you know that's thinking about selling. You know, it could just be your sphere. And just say, hey, are you interested in finding out what your house is worth in this market? And I'm like, no obligation, and I'm happy to provide you with a net sheet. So maybe if they see, since sellers are getting a ridiculous amount right now in this market, maybe if they see how much money that they can make off their home, that they then might be interested in selling. And then also mentioning, because right now a huge thing that is so popular is people paying above appraised value. So getting even more for the property than what it's even worth. And if they need a little bit more time, another thing that's really popular right now that you can negotiate for your seller is doing a lease back so that they close on the house. They can close on the property, but allow the buyer allowing the seller to still stay, doing a post-occupancy, having the attorney draft this up, stating that the seller can stay in the house, 15, 30. I've got one right now that the seller is staying in the house an additional 60 days after closing, and they are staying for free. So typically before, it was really hard to do post-occupancies, and because it was really hard to do it, and I had never done it for free. Like, people always made sure they were paying like per day. The sellers were paying per day to be able to be allowed to stay in the house after closing. And now a really popular thing is they're allowing them to stay there for free. So that's something that you can mention too, is that if they're needing some more time, that they could potentially do the post-occupancy. So just showing up and providing as much value as possible to your seller and educating them and letting them know about the seller's market and ways that you can negotiate for them on their behalf. Okay, how long did it take you as a real estate agent before you can say that you were financially secure? So I guess the best way for me to answer this is, I got into real estate and I was doing it part-time. And I had these other jobs. I actually had 2 other jobs when I got my real estate license. And it took me about 6 months to leave those 2 other jobs to solely go into real estate full-time. So basically what I mean by that is I was starting to see consistent sales, but I had money saved up at that point to cover myself if I wasn't to have any business for 6 months. And I think that's a really good starting point if you're getting a real estate license, having that 6 months saved up, or not leaving your full-time job until you do have 6 months saved up and going into real estate full-time. I hope that makes sense. But I hope that answers the question of when I thought I was financially secure. To me, I just have a lot of ambitious goals and always want to have an abundance of savings and investments. So, what's a good way to answer this before you can say you are financially secure? I don't know. I don't really know exactly the question, but I would say that I decided to go into this after 6 months full-time, felt financially comfortable. I just, hit the ground running from that point and was consistently getting transactions after that. So I hope that answers that question. Most successful lead generation method. I get asked this question a lot, and I think that people are expecting this magic answer of if you do this, you are definitely going to get leads. If you do anything, which I think I answered yesterday, there's so many ways to generate business. Google how to generate leads in real estate. You're going to get hundreds of ideas. If you do any of these items for 6 months consistently and you improve your skills, you're going to see the business. I think it's just a matter of figuring out which items that you want to do, that you feel passionate about, that you want to be doing every single day consistently. So to me, what's most successful for me is social media and, just networking with other real estate agents and getting those realtor referrals is really beneficial for me. But really, it's just diving into my sphere and building those relationships even more. Not necessarily thinking of this quick fix of a quick overnight magic thing of a way to get leads. I just really work on Instagram, getting better at that, building relationships with that, and then building the relationships with my sphere. I could go on and on about that. So actually, that's all the questions that I have. Tomorrow, I've got some appointments, and I will be taking you along with me. Tomorrow's Friday. See you tomorrow. So I know I don't look great, but I'm about to do my makeup here. I have my coffee and my makeup bag and just trying out something different. So you're gonna get ready with me this morning. I thought, my first appointment is at 9 a.m. I'm gonna be taking you along with me, but I gotta put my camera here so I know it's not the best angle. It kind of chops off my head, but I'll get better at this, you guys. All right, let's start getting ready. I wanted to chat with you about kind of what I've been sharing with you so far. So, I haven't really had a lot of appointments this week, and, that is also because of this particular week. Every week is so different, and I know the next coming weeks are going to be really busy with my closings and walkthroughs and appointments that I have, but this week was just a little bit more chill. But I kind of wanted to share, yesterday, I think I just told you guys, I was just working from home and yada yada, but it was crazy. So I thought I would just share with you some things that were going on yesterday. One was an appraisal had came in low. Shocker, right? It was $5,000 low, so I was negotiating that for my buyers. Because the seller was like, oh, well, can your buyers bring in that $5,000 difference? And that wasn't anything that we had negotiated initially. And, this is a friend of mine. And I know, they're young and they're first time home buyers and they have a down payment, closing costs, and they have updates that they need to do to that house. So I was like, no, we don't have the funds to pay this $5,000 appraisal gap. So was going back and forth on that. I am still waiting to hear back on it, but we're like about ready to close, so hopefully they will just accept it. I know it sucks, but hopefully the seller will just move on. Another thing that was happening yesterday was I have this condo listing that I haven't had good luck with on selling. It's gone under contract twice. The first time it was like a couple days away from closing and like things had been delayed. So I was really waiting on this closing, and a couple days before it ended up not happening. The buyer just like simply changed their mind. So that really stunk, and my seller was really cool about it, but now they're getting a little impatient, which I can't blame them. So I got it under contract again, and they did the home inspection, and they didn't even want to negotiate with us on anything. They were just like, yeah, we don't want this house, yada yada. I was like, okay. So I put it back on the market. We lowered the price and said cash only, because financing is a little tricky in there, but I'm just advertising it as cash only, and we reduced the price like well under appraised value. And so I got this other offer yesterday, so I was going back and forth with her because trying to get them to close as quickly as possible. Was kind of asking them about the home inspection, like are they going to be doing that without seeming like there's nothing super major wrong with it, but I don't want that to be another reason why someone cancels on the contract. So was going back and forth on that yesterday, and I think I got them to not do an inspection. They just want to do an electrical inspection, which I'm like, that's fine. So we're still going back and forth on that. Hopefully have that finalized today. But the other thing that was going on yesterday was what was the other thing that was going on yesterday? Oh. So another thing that was going on yesterday that was just, it seems so silly, but I have this property that is under contract. I'm representing the buyer. It's a beautiful home. Gorgeous pool, and so the buyer gets the home inspection report, which came back relatively pretty good, and the inspection report came back relatively good, and she is not happy about the washer and dryer, which it is about like 50-50 where the house actually comes with a washer and dryer. This one came with it, and it was very rusted. And so the buyer was very distraught by this and had asked, well, why is it so rusted? Can you inquire that from the seller? I was like, sure. So I reached out to the seller. The seller said that it was because she used spray and wash. And I believe it's a stain remover, and she says that she's got 4 kids, and she says that she's constantly using that, and it gets on the washer, and that has been rusting the machine. That's what she said. So I relayed the message, and so the buyer is still not happy about it, and then they are really upset about, which is a huge deal. Like if, I always recommend doing a WDO inspection. Like, oh my gosh, of course. And what came up on the fence was some wood rot, which it was really minor, and it's an old fence and it's rotting in some areas. Like it does need to be replaced. But she was really concerned about that, and so she was like, I want to cancel this contract, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, you know, just to like, I'm more than happy to do that and never want anyone to feel forced to purchasing a property. Like, and we were going back and forth. I forget exactly what verbiage I said, but I was like, I'm more than happy to have Amy, which is my TC, send over the cancellation for you. And yeah, I was like, but just a heads up, like we are out of the home inspection contingency period. So the $10,000 deposit you put down, like per the contract, we wouldn't be able to get that back. And so it was a lot of explaining that to her because she didn't really understand. So I was explaining that. And then I was like, let me reach out to the listing agent and just see, like, because it didn't say anything on the seller's disclosure. And I was going to ask about, like, termite, like, did they have a bond? Do they get monthly service? Like, maybe this would ease the mind of the buyer. And she came back and she said that there has been a bond on the property since 2020 and that they get monthly service. So I was like, great. Good news. So I relayed that message and we are going to get some documentation from the pest control company. So I think we're good there. But the buyer messaged me later. It was like, well, reach out to the seller. I want you to tell the seller that I just don't appreciate it. Like, I'm paying them over cash deal, over what the property's worth. And, you know, for them to just leave that rusted old washer and dryer, like, I just don't appreciate it. And I was like, you know, because this market is just, I mean, it's so insane and it is completely in the seller's favor. So I was like, okay, yeah, I will let them know. So I was thinking for her closing gift, I'll have to get her a Lowe's or Home Depot gift card to go towards her new washer because she's really distraught about that, which that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I wanted to share, like, that was some of the things I went through yesterday, but I also like ordered some stuff from Market Dwellings. They have really cool marketing materials for not just real estate agents, but lenders and insurance agents. They've got a ton of really cool stuff. So I ordered a couple of things from them. I also ordered like some cards from Vistaprint because I was running out and I wanted to get some new cards that just say like a note from Stevie. So I got this like lemon pattern. It's really cute. But if you are interested, check out marketdwellings.com and I have a promo code for you to get 15% off, I think it is. It could be 10. It could be 20. I'm not sure. Who texted me? Oh, so if you go to marketdwellings.com, my promo code is sold by Stevie. Okay, so today's agenda is we're going to go at 9 a.m. and do these listing photos for a listing that I have coming soon. And then I'm going out to Nocatee. My Nocatee listing is going live today. So I'm going to go out there, shoot a reel, get some video footage of the house. And then I want to get into a coffee shop. I know I need to follow up on some emails. I'm going to do some marketing for my Nocatee listing. You know, I'll probably have to deal with all those things that I mentioned to you yesterday. I'm going to be following up on all those things this morning. And I got to get my new listing inputted into the MLS because as soon as I get those photos back, we will likely be going live right away. I can't forget a lockbox. Okay, and let's see. I see Goldie running around outside like a crazy girl. I need to edit this video, and usually on Fridays, like I like to end my Friday early because it's like, oh, it's Friday, but I usually work on the weekends too, so that's why I'm like, okay, let's just end Friday a little bit early. I know John and I are gonna go to Congaree and Penn. So yeah, I'll take you guys along with me today, but I hope this was fun getting ready with me. Gosh, I look much better. Still need to curl my hair. Let me know if you enjoyed this segment of the video. I head out the door, I wanted to share with you what I've been having for breakfast, like every single morning. It's so good. And I didn't think about recording this until just now. So I should have made up a better presentation for you, but I'm just gonna show you. So it is an English muffin that I just toast in the air fryer, egg, and goat cheese and dill. This does not look fabulous. I will make it look beautiful next time, but it is delicious. I've been putting dill on everything. Yeah, so I gotta eat this quick and head out.